go. For a little bit until I get to 5. Oh, is it? Hold on. Is that better? I did turn the music up, because I noticed when I was reviewing my last VOD, not that I'd post my VOD, I just checked it, I noticed that the music was incredibly quiet last time I had checked a VOD, and I was just like, oh, why does no one tell me how quiet it is? I can pump the volume up on it. So I ended up turning the music volume up. But I didn't just change my mic volume because I figured my mic volume was most likely okay. But I don't know unless people tell me, because I can't. What I hear is not what you guys hear. My headphones have a specific separate volume control, so I can turn my own volume down on my headphone without actually adjusting the volume that I'm playing from the computer. So it is very hard for me to kind of figure out if things are too loud or too soft. Like my mic has feedback, so I can hear myself when I'm talking. If I have my headphones plugged in, I can hear my own mic through my headphones. And sometimes I do turn the volume on the headphones themselves down so I don't hear myself as bad. So I have trouble telling what the actual levels are. Yeah, the time when my music stopped and I didn't notice because I get so focused on what I'm doing that I just don't fucking pay attention. Um, it happens because it's like when I'm focused, I focus, and I'm not necessarily actually listening to the music. Like, I am listening to it. Like, I even, like, today, I made sure that the playlist I have today is only a Hat in Time music because I am specifically working on my Hat in Time comic, and I thought that was fitting. So, like, today's playlist is a looping playlist of Mafia Town is Asleep, Trainwreck of Electro Swing, remix, because that's my favorite one. He's a jam. Subcon Forest, which is what's playing right now. Scootin' Through Subcon Forest, which is going to play after this one. Snatcher's Contractual Obligations. Oh, It's You. The Subcon Caves. Your contract has expired. Clock Towers Beneath the Sea, Collapsing Rift, Rhythm Jump Studio Rift, Peace and Tranquility, Deep Sea Rift, and Subquent Forest Time Rift. And that's just the playlist for today that's gonna loop throughout it. Oh no! Yeah, to be honest, I actually was originally going to listen to my Root Clips playlist, or my, specifically, I have a Moon Guardian specific playlist, and I was considering listening to that, but I decided it would be better just to listen to, the game music, so I don't have to bother with editing it when I go to post the VOD on YouTube, because I keep telling myself I'm going to post the VODs on YouTube and stuff, and then I never post the VODs on YouTube. Because that's just kind of how I am. I just love this sassy little Mion. Like, look at her. She is so done with Eclipse's shit. Oh yeah, Eclipse is so upsetty spaghetti. So basically, the thing is with this chapter is I have this chapter mostly sketched, but there's a set of pages. I think it was like page, like, from this page specifically, what happened when I was in the middle of sketching is my pen pressure absolutely tanked on it. Funny enough, the pages that I'm currently re-sketching my pencils over, I did these on stream a while ago, like maybe last year I did the stream that did these ones, and my pen pressure decided it wanted to shit the bed, and I couldn't figure it out. No, I think this was, I want to say this was, I sketched these a while ago. I sketched these before I had my Huon, which is my big desk tablet that I use. Which is what I'm drawing on right now, is my Huon. I think I sketched these before I had my Huon, or it was just when I got my Huon and I was having issues with the pen pressure a lot on these. I just remember that I had no pen pressure on these pages, and I believe these pages were originally sketched in Psy, so it has to have been at least a year and a half since I sketched most of these. Maybe 2 years, which sounds terrible that I've been working on this chapter for a hot second. But that's what happens when you have a huge fallout and then you get too depressed to work on your own comic. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. I am not going to rant about it today. I've told myself I've ranted on that topic a few times on stream before, and I'm just like, no, don't rant on that topic because you're gonna feel like an asshole after ranting. So don't do it. Don't do it, bitch. so I'm not gonna go on that topic. But the point is, these pages were all done without any fucking pen pressure, and that's why they look like absolute ass. Because when I have no pen pressure, I used to swap to just using a binary tool. Goop is bad. Goop is bad in Brain today. I am both simultaneously feeling really good and feeling like absolute hot garbage at the same time, and I am just trying to keep myself happy. Look, my coworker bought me candy. My coworker got me candy that I have been looking for months, and I'm so, like, without prompting or anything, she bought me a whole bag of these caramels that I like, and I am so happy she did. And I'm still, like, reeling at the act of kindness that she bought me them. So the context on that is they're these, Werther's Original Soft Caramels, and they're pumpkin spice flavored, but they only come around in the autumn, you know, when the Halloween candy is out. That's the only time of the year you can get them. However, the Walmart that I go to do my errands, and my in-town Walmart, which is smaller, and I can't do all of my errands there in one shop, which is why I don't normally go to that one, haven't had the specific flavor of caramels that I wanted. They have one of the other seasonal flavors, which is like a green apple one, and I'm not a big... I haven't tried them, but it's like, it's not really my cup of tea. Like, if I'm gonna have caramel and apples, I'm gonna have actual caramel with actual apples. But they have a pumpkin spice one that I got it last year, and I really liked it. However, I got sad because I finished it all. And then I had finished it all after the season had ended, and I didn't think ahead to buy an extra bag to kind of tide me over. So I've been, like, ever since I saw the first, like, inkling of Halloween stuff being out and about in the stores, I have been looking for it. Hi, Logan! But I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was just like, I had been talking to her about it, like, not last week, but the week before. I had been talking to her about it, how I was so sad that I couldn't find it. And then today she gave me it, and I was just like, it made my day. Also, walk-in coolers are absolutely disgusting. I had to clean the walk-in today. But yeah, so. But it made me really happy because she said she got it because she really appreciates the fact that I take time to help her on Thursdays. Wow, that sounded more violent than I intended for it to be. Me just trying to open my soda. Because I normally work night shifts on the weekend, but I do have one day shift during the week, and during that day shift, typically I'm able to get myself caught up to the point that I can just go over and I help her in prep. So it's just my routine nowadays is I finish my work, go help her, or I'll do like tasks for other people because I have the time to do it and I'm at work. I might as well work. That's my way of thinking about it. I am being paid to do tasks. I'm going to do tasks. What was I going to do? Oh, right. I wanted to open up more pages. Because you like the chibi eclipse, I was going to show you a couple of silly eclipse doodles on other pages that have been sketched. No, I didn't watch the direct. I had work today. I don't really watch the directs. I kind of just... I hear about them after they've happened, and normally after the direct, I'll just kind of pick up on what's happened from other people. I will listen to what other people have said has occurred from the direct. So I know there's something about HD Paper Mario. I know that's coming back. Like, I don't really watch directs. Like, at most, if I remember or someone reminds me, I might watch, like, one of the Pokemon directs or something like that. But for the most part, it's all information I'm going to see regardless if I watch the direct or not. It does not change my intake or my enjoyability out of it if I watch the direct myself or not. So I don't stress myself out over watching it. I'm gonna find the information. I'm gonna find the information anyway. Anyway, look at this little bean just. Huh? But also, I love this page of just this tiny possessed plush toy is pushing an over 200-pound wolf woman. Mion has a mission, and that is getting Eclipse to go talk to Snatcher. And Eclipse does not want. Oh hey, this song that's playing right now is very fitting for this panel. I love Eclipse's expressions because she's so puppy. I know there's at least 1 or 2 pages. Yeah, okay, so it's this page. That one looks okay. That one needs it. That one's okay. A couple of these pages, they were paneled, but they were paneled incorrectly, so I have to re-panel them. I'm trying to think. Woo! It's the power of lesbians! JK. I mean, it depends. I might leave them black personally, just because you have so much going on with the upper, like the jacket and stuff with the rose patterns. So it might be better to just leave them black, just for like cohesiveness, if that makes sense. Like, I think it would just be smarter to leave it black. Right. This is the chapter that I had to put in completely, I had to draw up 2 full-ass pages. Because I forgot, so I still have to typeset these 2 pages. And you'll notice that the titles, they say real page 60 and real page 59. And that's because I forgot somehow. I missed the entire sections of dialogue that these 2 pages have, and it's important dialogue, and I somehow, when I sketched the original chapter, completely missed these 2 pages, and I think that's the funniest thing, that I managed to forget that, and it's important. Yeah, it's 2 whole pages! So I realized it because I spent a stream, there was a stream I had spent where I was typesetting everything, so you can see they have all their word bubbles for the most part. Everything's already sketched out. Like, all their word bubbles and stuff are on the pages. Like, even ones that I have to repanel. Like, I have to repanel this one. However, I already have it typeset. And the reason for that is because I don't like typesetting on my iPad. I prefer to typeset from my computer because I like to use a full keyboard. It's easier to make sure everything goes correctly. More so because I do type out my story. My scripts for comics are written in. I have hiccups. Oh, I love when soda gives me hiccups. Because it's easier because I type my scripts as prose, so all the dialogue and stuff is pre-typed, so I can just copy paste all of my dialogue off of my script into the page. And so I was typesetting these pages, and I realized while I was working on these pages, I was like, there is almost a full page, like, of the script. There was like a full page of script just missing. And it's like a dialogue heavy section too. Like, here, I'll screen cap my, I have my Google Doc open that has the script in it, so I can just screen cap and show this. So I have it, you can see this highlighted section here. Don't care about the typos because I fix that later. These are just typed for me mostly. I don't typically share the scripts. I have one friend who like sometimes will proofread stuff for me, but that's about it. Shrimp, shrimp, come on, scoot. Sorry, I had to move my VTuber slightly because I noticed that when I talk on certain decibels, so he jumps to a point. However, Shrimp is missing a butt, so if he jumps the wrong way, you can see the gap. So I had to fix him because he kept jumping and I kept seeing the gap, and it was driving me absolutely bonkers. Someday I am going to finish the newer version of the Shrimp Tuber. I just haven't finished him yet. I keep telling myself I'm gonna swap to Shrimp, my Cycloptic Mermaid one, or I'll use Babbit, and it's like, no, I keep using the Shrimp, and it's just like, that's just what I'm too tired to make a new avatar. I told myself I was gonna finish a new avatar by like February of this year, and it's still in its sketch phase. I have not finished it. But anyway, you can see this whole yellow section here was completely missing from the comic. Like, I had already sketched out all the pages up to the final of the chapter, and I have already started the next chapter as well. Chapter 4 is also pretty much sketched out. I do have some more work in sketching of Chapter 4. That one is not fully completed yet. However, I do have a good portion of Chapter 4 done. I believe Chapter 4 is about 2/3 sketched. I don't think it's typeset. I think it's half typeset. Because Chapter 4 is kind of split into two parts. You have the first part, which involves Eclipse having trouble sleeping, and then you have the second part, which involves salad, quote unquote. But I had been like working on this one and typesetting this, and I was just like, there is a whole segment missing. Like, how did I miss a whole... What the funny thing is, like, I knew I sketched this whole chapter while looking at the script for it. So how did I skip an entire section of dialogue? And I only realized this when I was typesetting it, because I could not find the panels that were meant to be for this typeset area. And, like, I was looking at, like, where it should have fallen in the actual, like, comic pages, and I was just like, there is no space for this. And I even have to fix some of the pages because their typeset is not correct anymore. So like if I go and open them, I believe it's the actual like 59 and stuff that's just labeled as page 59 and stuff like that. Yeah, so if I open up the actual page labeled as 59, this is where I had realized that my typesetting was messed up somewhere. Like I was missing pages or something. And you can see this because you can see that this doesn't match up to the word bubbles, and that's because it was missing dialogue. And I had to try to find a way to fit it in, so I have to redo the typesetting on this page. But I had just left it like that, so I could fix it later because I have to do all the paneling on this page and everything. Like, I need to fix kind of, like, how Snatcher's talking and stuff like, so technically speaking, that would be this is technically, I don't know why it's labeled, like, 59 and stuff like that, I think? Yeah, so technically it's supposed to go page 58, let me open that one. I have to laugh at myself for being an idiot with this, because I'm normally so meticulous when it comes to my comic pages like this. I plan things out so... funny enough, I say I plan things out, but I don't thumbnail, but that's just because it's an ease thing for me. So technically speaking, you're supposed to have 58, which is this page, where Eclipse is talking about how she doesn't smell worse than the minions or the swamp. And she says that Snatcher, for someone who quite literally was avoiding going near Snatcher, she does admit that he's the only thing that smells good in all of Subcon. So we have 58, and then you have the actual 59, and then you have 60, and then you have the original page 59. So this one comes after the other pages. That's why I had to mess with the dialogue, and I need to fix the word bubbles. I do think moving forward, at least, not in Chapter 4, but probably Chapter 5, once I start working on that chapter and stuff, I do think I'm going to slightly change how I do my dialogue bubbles and stuff like that. I do enjoy hand drawing my bubbles, and I don't think I'm going to stop hand drawing my bubbles. However, I do think I'm going to try to plan them out a little differently to make them a little more legible, and I might make a tool for myself that makes it easier to put the bubbles in. Because the problem with me, with how I do my bubbles, is I have always hand bubbled my stuff, like, ever since my first ever comics. Like, God, I wonder if I can... Wait, Chrome, open. I think I still can. I think if I log into my original DeviantArt, I can still find my original comic pages from when I was a kid. And I have been. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about the first comic pages I finished. The first comic pages I had, I can still remember them vividly. A character was run over by an 18-wheeler. And this was before I even knew about Truck Kun. Wow. No, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Sorry, I'm laughing because I just realized I used a trope that I love. I use this trope all the time nowadays. I used that trope before it was a trope. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, Baby Bun was onto something. DeviantArt. Let me log in. I can't. I'm laughing that I did that. That's fucking hilarious. I didn't mean to do that. That's funny. Oh, I have to see if I can actually get these pages. DeviantArt, let me in. Let me in. Actually, they might. No, I'd have to. No, they're on the other. They're on the other hard drive. I'd have to actually go dig for those. I don't want to dig for them. I know I can find them easily in Deviant. You know. If it wants to load. It doesn't want to load, so we're not gonna deal with that. I'll post them in like Hattie time later. I might share them. But yeah, I'm laughing that I'm thinking about that. But I've always hand drawn my bubbles. I don't always hand write because I find my handwriting can be very messy. But I really am thinking that potentially I might do it after chapter 4 or I might do it during chapter 4. I haven't decided because I have to go deal with it. But I am thinking about doing a custom font, and I'm thinking about swapping from the font I currently use to doing one that is my handwriting as a font. And I think that might blend a little better with how I do my bubbles and might make it look a little bit more cohesive. Currently I am using a font called I think it's called like Manga Text or something like that. Manga Speak. It's called Manga Speak. And that's the text that I currently use for my comics and stuff. I normally use Manga Speak for these, and I use whatever font I feel like using for the covers and stuff. I can't remember what I use for the covers. I think I use Ink Free or something like that. Typically, the covers are done with a different... The covers are kind of interesting to do because the covers are done traditionally while the comic is all digital. Let's see, what did I use for the font? You threatened it into submission. So, the thing with that is, there's a couple of programs and stuff like that, but the problem is what you pay for what you get. I had to use this back in college, and that's why I know about it. I did use it back when I was in college. And most of them, though, you can't get the full keyboard. What's font? What's your font? What font did I use for you? So this is Beowulf Modern, which is a downloaded font that I got. I think I actually, funny enough, the font that I use for my chapter covers, I downloaded this font specifically. It's a font I downloaded to make my dad's tattoo. My dad's tattoo I did with the font that's used on the covers. But the thing with the covers is they're always fun because I do the covers traditionally, whereas I do the actual, like, pages digitally. These are done with alcohol markers. No, that's the thing, is there are free online ones, but the problem with a lot of the free ones is it won't allow you to have a full keyboard's worth of a font. So I've used a couple different ones. So most of them you can get like the main alphabet, so A, B, C, D, E, F, G kind of thing. Like you can get that and you can get minimal punctuation. However, if you wanted to have like a little bit of variance in your font, to make it look flow a little better so it looks less static, or have things like colon or certain brackets and stuff like that. If you want all the symbols that also go with a font, you would have to pay to have the like well, at least the ones that I have looked at. There could be new ones I haven't looked in a hot second. I think it's been a few months since I looked at it. But for the most part, you can get free ones, but you have a very limited amount you can get as the thing. It's basically you have your capitals and your lowercase, and that works for some things, but with comics, I have a little bit of trouble with that because I do use a lot of hyphens, a lot of like punctuation and stuff like that to help sell a mood. So I would have to get the more like advanced one, or I would have to like handwrite certain symbols and stuff and while I'm typing. And if I'm gonna make a handwritten font, I want to have everything for it. And it's just something that I have thought about, and I'll probably invest in it down the line. I just haven't done it yet. Like it doesn't help too, like I said before, is I took a pretty big break from this comic for a while too. Like when you think about it, this is chapter, like right now this is chapter 3. I just barely like I barely finished chapter 2 last, like earlier this year. I finished chapter 2 and this is chapter 3, but I started this comic before I even started TLC, so this has been going on for 3 years and I'm only in chapter 3. So but I am getting better about how I'm progressing on it, and I think it's a mindset thing. Like for right now, I've finished all my commissions and I've finished all my Patreon stuff currently, so I don't have to worry about that. Because that's something for me too, is like I'll want to work on that stuff, but I won't feel I'm too tired or something to work on commissions and stuff, because I want to make sure I give the best that I can. And so it's like my comics, I don't care if I'm tired when I'm working on my comics, because it's more for me than anything else. These are for me, it is my Blorbos. But it's one of those things to kind of like think about, if that makes sense. But it's like if I have commissions or something, I can't get myself to work on my comics, or even like my fanfics, because I'm always like, oh no, people have paid me to do things, I need to do the things for them, even if like they're not paid for yet or something like that. Because sometimes, even though my TOS says that you should pay first, I sometimes will just let people pay after instead, or I'll let them pay like in the middle and stuff. But it's a by case thing. Like it depends on how I feel about something. But yeah, it's just, I feel bad if I am like, I have stuff I need to work on and I haven't worked on it, and then I try to do other stuff and then I feel bad. And then I get nothing done because I feel I'm too tired to work on the stuff that I need to get done, because I want to give my best energy towards that, but I'm too tired to put a proper energy to it. And then it's like I don't work on anything at the same time. It's this horrible slope, so that's why I haven't been drawing much lately, because I've been tired as fuck. And then I just end up crocheting in my bed. I just end up crocheting at the end of the day. Because at least when I crochet, I get a finished product like right away. Well, not right away, but I can see it happening.
Uh-oh, 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 someone fucked up, someone fucked up.
I thought I heard sirens outside, but I didn't see anything pass by, so it went in a different direction. I live right on a main road, so I can always see when the fire trucks and police cars like zip by. My bedroom faces right at my bedroom faces the road, so I can see when people fuck up. Well, so the thing is too, the reason I'm laughing about it too is where I live, we're right where the speed changes. So a lot of times people will like keep speeding. So the cops love setting up speed traps near my house because we're also right near a college campus. So we're the perfect place to like get speeders. So yeah, whenever there's like speeders or something like that, normally we'll see it right outside the house. And it is that time of the night where normally a lot of them will try to like think they're gonna get through. Yeah, they must have taken a different road though, because I didn't see them pass in front of the house. Mion is so sassy. It's the middle child syndrome. You know what's always a fun fact to remember is Eclipse has black gums. She's got, like how some dogs have black gums. Yep, we are right. Because it's not even just like a single speed change, which is why this is a hilarious spot. We have a 30 to 40, it goes from 50 to 40 to 30 in a very short stint of time. So the road that the one that I actually live on, my main road that I live on, is technically a 30 in front of my house because we also are a school zone. We're a very residential area, so it is 30 technically through here. However, right before this, there's a small section that is about 40 miles per hour, and then before that, there's a huge stretch between this town and the next town that is about 50. So it rapidly goes from 50 to 40 to 30. And context-wise, like if I was to think from my town where I live currently, like where I live, my house, to the next town, it's about a 20-25 minute drive, and it is mostly woods, so it is pretty much just a hilly, it's just like an up and down hilly kind of thing, so it's 50 for most of that, and then it swaps down to 30 in the towns. So you do have a good 20-minute like straightaway of sorts with some like curves because I live in the mountains. You have like a good 20-minute stretch of road that is about just 50 miles an hour. So that's 20 minutes at 50. And then it, like I said, it goes down to 40 and then 30 very rapidly as you hit the residential areas. And it's right on a hill as well. The hill comes down, so it's very easy for the cops to just kind of find a spot around there and sit. Sometimes they'll actually, funny enough, they'll sometimes sit across from my house because I live across the street from an area that you can park in because it's like an insurance company and stuff like that. And they'll just park over there and they'll just wait to catch people. and it's funny. So I'm constantly seeing it. Like, more so, like I said, my bedroom faces, so I can see all the lights like flashing from behind my curtains and stuff, and it's like, it's always just the
Uh-oh, someone fucked up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So yeah, I see people get pulled over in front of my house all the time. Happens so often. I know, like, funny enough, I know, like, where all the speed trap areas in my town typically are. Um, like, there are a few specific areas I can almost always guarantee at certain times of the day or certain weekends and stuff like that, there will be a police car sitting there at some point. I see it so often, like, specifically there's a few spots, so I know when I get off of work, because I get off of work late, like, it is AM when I get off of work. And I know that there is a high chance of them sitting at the elementary school or at the butcher's. And it's like more often than not, I will see at least one car in either of those spots. Sometimes there's none, but more often than not, I will see them there. More so on holiday weekends, you can see them just vibing there. And it's just like, hello, officer, I see you, you are seen. But I don't speed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I drive like a fucking grandma. I hate going fast. Like, do I want to be in the car? No. Do I want to be driving? No, but I'm still ain't gonna speed. My driving instructor back when I was learning how to drive many years ago called me the most reluctant driver he has ever met. And I still wear that badge with pride. I fucking hate driving. I drive out of necessity because the public transport near me sucks. And by public transport, I mean we have a taxi service and an unreliable bus that I can't figure out. And I've never figured it out. And I didn't even know we had an actual bus service for years. And then we have a taxi service, but it's a privately owned one, so you know they cost out the ass. Let me put it this way, we have like a total of we just got DoorDash delivery on some restaurants in town this year. And even then, like, when I started working at Applebee's last year, we didn't have DoorDash, and now we have DoorDash. That's how slow it is towards getting delivery options. Like, up to last year or so, the only delivery you could get was Domino's. That was the only delivery that you could actually get. The only other way you would get delivery is there was a private service you could pay for where this guy would go and pick up your food for you. But you had, like, you pay a fee for it. And I'm a cheap bitch. So yeah. Oh my god, save your recovery info! I swear, I never have that issue on my iPad. It is only when I'm working on the computer. Yeah, and that's the other problem. Like, Domino's was the only... But the thing is, too... I'm 90% sure I've gone on this rant before, but it's just, like, the funniest thing, too, is, like... Up until pandemic, Domino's never had an issue finding my house. Up before the pandemic, they never had an issue finding where I live. But post-pandemic, with all the new drivers and everything, no one can fucking find my house on the GPS. I have to put a note
every time I order that, hey, my house is not up the hill, I'm at the bottom of the hill. Because my GPS is constantly giving them my neighbor's house as the GPS. But the thing is, I know on GPS, like Google and stuff, like when I have to put in for maps to make it, like when I'm getting directions to a place, I know that Google will have my house as my house. So it's just like, why? But it's like, no, they keep messing up where my house is. And I'm like, guys, it's not that hard. My house is not that hard to find. I am literally on the main road. I will never get over the time, though, they delivered me a completely uncut pizza. I am still so upset about that one. More so because I had been in a really bad mood that day too, and then that was like the cherry on the cake. And I was so upset by that. And it was because they couldn't find my house, so they just decided to mark my order as complete and went back to the store because they couldn't find my house. Oh, have you not heard that one, Mouse? So this was maybe 2-3 years ago. I can't remember now. It was 2 or 3 years ago. And I had ordered Domino's. And you know I have weird food allergies, so I order my pizzas pretty specialty, so I customize them. I customize the fuck out of my pizzas because I can't have tomatoes and I can't have garlic, so I order my pizza specifically a certain way. And I had ordered pizza because I had had a really rough day at work and I was in a lot of pain. Like, I do remember this, I was having the worst flare-up of my life. Like, well, not really, I'm being hyperbolistic, but I had been having a really bad flare-up, so I was just not having it. And they didn't deliver. They marked my, I was sitting outside on my porch and everything waiting for the pizza to show up. And I saw them drive by the house several times. And I guess they tried to call my cell phone, but like the thing is they only let it ring once and then hung up. They didn't even give me a chance to actually answer my phone. And then they would try again and then they hang up after one ring again. And it's like, who picks up on the first ring? Much alone, I'm not gonna pick up for a number I don't know. Like, that's just weird. Who picks up their phone when they don't know the number? But some people are wild like that. But they ended up like marking my order as complete, and I was just like, okay, why? But you know, they didn't refund the money or anything. They marked the order as complete and kept the money. So I called customer service and got in touch, and I was just like, hey, what's up with this? It's been well over an hour and I don't have my food, and it was marked as completed, but I don't have my food. What happened with that? And they're like, oh yeah, we couldn't find your house. They tried calling. And I'm like, they did not. Don't lie to my face. Your driver did not. And they were just like, they just went back to the store. And I was just like, okay, but I want my food. I paid for it. And they're like, okay, we'll try again. So they will make you a new one because it's been so long. And so they did. And then it wasn't even cut. Like, I have a photo somewhere of me holding up this uncut pizza. Like, I was able to fully grip this pizza and lift it up, and it was completely uncut. And I get it. Food service is stressful. And it's like, that's the thing too that really gets me, is I get it, food service is stressful. I work in food service. That's nothing new to me. I work back of house food service, and I specifically work weekend nights food service. So I know how stressful it is. That's why I always try to be so patient with food and stuff like that when it comes to when I order out or if I'm eating out and stuff. Like, I try to be so patient about it. But I had the biggest meltdown about that because it just made me so upset because I was already really tired and I wasn't feeling good. And then that happened on top of it, and it just sent me over the edge, and I was not a happy camper. Oh, and they fucked up my soda. That was the other thing they did. So you can order, when you order from like the Domino's app and stuff, you can actually put in like like to order sodas with your thing, and they had said that they had Sunkist, so I had ordered some, and then it's like, oh no, we don't have any in stock, so we just put a different soda in as a substitute. And it's like, bestie, Fanta sucks. I must say it, I don't like Fanta. Fanta, I don't fucking care how it's supposed to be said. I don't like it. I like Sunkist because it doesn't taste like citrus. That is why I drink it. I don't like citrus. I like the artificial flavor of Sunkist. And I only drink the orange Sunkist. I don't drink any of the other flavors. And I like it because it tastes like the color orange. It doesn't taste like an orange. It tastes like the color orange. That's why I like it. I don't like Fanta. It tastes too much like an actual orange. And I don't like the taste of oranges. At most, I will eat a clementine. Because they're very sweet. But very rarely do I actually eat clementines. Very rarely will I actually eat a citrus. I don't like citrus very much. I will bite a straight up at lemon, but that is different. I like the artificial orange. So that was the time I got really upset with Domino's. I still order from them, clearly, so I'm not that mad at them, and I get it. But also, bruh. But yeah, so since then, I always have to put a note in my delivery options that, hey, my house is here. But the thing is, too, constantly, people will not look at the delivery notes until they've already parked their car to get out. And it's like, buddy, pal, I am putting this note here to save you from trouble. Why are you hurting yourself? I don't mind grape. I don't like certain grapes because it can taste too winey, and I don't like that kind of like more fermented type of grape. Unless I'm in the mood for like, I'll drink like the bubbling, like the sparkling juice and stuff like that around holidays. But that's different because I want to be fancy. Go. Her face. Sorry, I know I was like just staring at this one page, not doing anything for a moment. It's because I was trying to figure out how to fix this bottom panel because I didn't like how her cheek was looking. But yeah, that's a constant thing I struggle with. Is I'll order Domino's and they just don't deliver to my house properly. And I could understand if it was like if it was a new thing. But the thing is, Domino's has been in my town for several years, and they have delivered to me numerous times. Like, I used to order from Domino's almost weekly. And then just one day, they just started having trouble locating my house, despite the fact that they used to be able to find my house without issue for years. And then just suddenly, like, pandemic hit, and suddenly they don't know how, they cannot see. And it just makes me, like, I don't understand. But it's like, if I get a driver who I've had before, they'll recognize my address, and they will go to the right house on the first try. But it's so funny. It's like, it was fine for so long, and then suddenly it was just like, I do not see. And I'm like, why? Why are you doing this to me, Domino's? Like, bestie, please. I just want my fucking Domininos. Why? Why? I don't get it. Like, it's just one of those things that still perplexes me to this day. Is I don't understand, like, what happens that causes this. So yeah, that's my Domino's rant. It's not really a rant, but it's my Domino's, like. It's just like, it's one of those things that's just like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I get my houses, and it's like, I know that my house has some weird census thing, like the way my house is located and stuff. It always gets mixed up because, technically speaking, my house is not technically, it is and it isn't addressed. because my landlord used to have a shop out of the detached garage on the property was our landlord's shop, and he still uses it for storage and stuff. He just does not run his garage shop out of it anymore, and he hasn't for years. But I do know that the address used to technically go to that house, the garage, and not the actual house. And so, but we do have the actual address, and it's like that's where all our mail and stuff is. Everything goes to our actual house now. There's no problems with that. I've never had an issue with that. But for some reason, when I order delivery, it always sends them to my neighbors. It's like, I can't even laugh. It's like I said too, it's like I order special food too. So it's like, it's not even like someone's gonna be happy. It's like, oh, free pizza because someone delivered to the wrong spot. It's like, what the hell kind of food is this? What psychopath orders a pizza that has absolutely no sauce on it? There is no sauce and there is so much cheese on here. Who puts black olives with bacon and pepperoni? Like, no one is gonna be happy to get my pizza as a surprise because I eat such a weird combination of a pizza. Like, I don't, like, most people that I have described my pizza order to, they'll be like, why do you eat that? And it's because I can and I like it. My Domino's pizza order is a hand pan crust because the hand pan doesn't have the garlic butter on the crust. It doesn't really have a crust because I don't like crust. And I'll get it with like very light Alfredo sauce, and then I will get it with as much cheese as humanly possible on it, and then I will also put black olives, I will put bacon on it, and I will put pepperoni on it. And I'm the only one in my house who eats black olives like that on pizza, so I know no one's going to eat my pizza but me, so I normally order like another pizza for someone else, so like... Yeah, that's my favorite type of, that's the pizza that I will order. I like a black olive, bacon, pepperoni, extra cheese pizza with no tomato sauce. And the reason is, I can't eat tomatoes. So, it would make sense I don't order it with tomato sauce. I used to, sometimes if I'm like trying to not be too, like, sometimes I'll just order like a cheese pizza with like a light tomato sauce and I'll just get that to split. But if I'm ordering pizza for myself, I will typically get that abomination of a pizza. It is my favorite pizza. And I know that no one else in my house is gonna eat it because no one else likes what I put on my pizza. But it's fine because everyone else in my house eats pineapple on their pizza, and I fucking hate pineapple and it makes my mouth swell up. I am allergic to pineapple. But yeah, that's just, I don't like too much on my pizza is the thing. But I like the slightly metallic taste that olives will give a pizza. I like olives on my pizza, I always have. But yeah, it's just, I eat a really weird pizza because I don't like garlic. Well, I love garlic, I can't have garlic. And I don't like tomatoes, and technically I can't eat tomatoes either. But yeah, that's why I say that if my pizza gets delivered to the wrong house or they like keep my pizza to eat it themselves, who's gonna be happy with that except me? I've never met someone else who will eat that kind of pizza like I do. Like, I have, not even my own family eats the same kind of pizza that I do like that. So, I know for a fact if they deliver my pizza to the wrong place or they take it back so they can munch it themselves, most likely my pizza is going in the trash. And that's why I try to make sure I get my pizza. Like, don't waste food. Give me my pizza. I paid for it. Gimme, gimme.
Sometimes if I'm feeling up to it, I'll just do carry out instead because my workplace is right near the Domino's. I have been so I have been so tempted to be an absolute like gremlin and order Domino's while at work before, which is extra funny when you remember I work in a kitchen. So yeah, that's my story with Domino's. Mion is trying so hard. It's so funny. It's just like, I always laugh when I look at this chapter and stuff. Just me knowing full well how Eclipse is going to end up with Snatcher eventually. And just, someday, girl, you will be running to that man's arms. You're stubborn right now, but there's gonna be a day when you want to go to him all the time. But we're not there yet. CBEB Babbitt. You know, I've never realized quite how long Subcon Forest is as a song. Like, just straight up Subcon Forest. It is still going. This is all just Subcon Forest. And I never really register how long it is as a song all on its own. Because normally when I hear it in game, I'm like, I'm dooting around. Doot doot. So I don't really register that it's fucking 12 minutes of song. But here we are. Oops, that's not the button I wanted. You'll figure it out. I think it's so funny when I take the base sketch away, which has Snatcher's house behind it, because it just eclipses me on in the void.
Considering there's so many dark colors on the outfit already, I would say probably white. Considering you already have like the dark bluish color of the vest and stuff, and then you have the black of the boots and the dark pants, I would say white just to have a bit of contrast throughout it. Help keep everything from getting swallowed into just a void.
get you, but I'm not. I'm not on anything. I just zone out naturally. I see one thing and then I end up going like, oh yeah, and then I just don't fucking do what I'm supposed to do.
Whoopsie. Whoopsie popsy.
I think if I remember correctly, this is actually the comic page of which I actually ordered my I have two Figmas, like Body Chan and Body Kun, for posing and stuff, and I specifically remember this is one of the pages that I bought it for. There's another page in chapter 2 that I bought them for, because Eclipse is a pain in the butt to fucking pose sometimes. Wow, her eye is so... Someday I'm gonna go to the doctor to see if I can potentially get any, so that I can see if it'll help, because God, does it suck some days. Imagine what would happen if I had proper attention. Like, could you imagine how unstoppable I would be? But look how bad her eye is! I have apparently never flipped this page. Because that is... oh, that is so bad. Eclipse, baby girl! Where is your eye going? Not where it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's just the problem is going to the doctor and trying to get it things because I'm one of those cases where their parents like were like specifically I know my mom was just like I don't want you to lose your sparkle, so we're not putting you on medication. So I basically just struggled all through school thinking I was fucked up and broken and that everyone else can just do this easily and I was just the problem. Like, it is honestly a wonder that I still managed to be a honor student, considering how distracted I get. But that's also probably, like, it is potentially one of the reasons I have CFS and chronic fatigue syndrome is because I have to put so much extra effort into paying attention. You would think, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's just, I think it's because of, like, just the age I am. So back when my mom's a nurse. Like, I don't necessarily blame her, but at the same time, I do hold slight resentment because I probably wouldn't have been as stressed all throughout school and stuff like that if I had been able to get the proper help I needed back then. Plus, coming to the fact of, like, as an adult, like, the fact that I am potentially autistic as well is just like, fun. So it's just one of those things I'm still kind of dealing with. I've been slowly trying to unlearn certain habits that I have internalized and stuff like that from it, so it's a slow process, but someday I do hope to at least talk to my doctor about potentially being put on something to help me focus so I'm not constantly spaced out or just like I have to put so much extra effort in. Fun fact, this relates back to the fact that I hate driving. This relates back. The reason I don't like driving is because there's too much going on at once, but also not enough happening on my side, like that I'm understimulated and overstimulated all at once, and that's why I don't like driving. Because it's both boring, but there's also so much going on that I have to focus on all those things at once that it just makes me very, very tired. It makes me very, like, just stressed out, so I don't like driving. It's just, I don't know. My mom's, that's a whole other topic. I'm not gonna get into that one. I'm not gonna touch that with a 50-foot pole right now. I love my mom, don't get me wrong. But I do have some issues with things that happened when I was younger. I had to drive, like I said, if I want to go anywhere, I need to be able to drive. So if I wanted any form of job or anything like that, I needed to be able to drive. If I want to go to conventions or something like that, I need to be able to drive. Just going to the store, I have to learn how to drive because the in-town stores do not have what I need on a weekly, bi-weekly basis. Like, I just live in an area that it's a necessity. Like, if you don't have a car or something, you basically are trapped and you can't do anything. Like, I have a couple coworkers and stuff who don't have cars or don't have driver's license, and they have so much trouble just getting to and from work. Like, that's how much of a necessity having a car is where I live. So, yeah. Just one of those things, you know?
It's something I've been working on in the past couple of years, so it's just like it's one of those things that I'm definitely looking into, but I have other things that need to be dealt with first. I've suffered this far, I can deal with it. I'll be fine, I will live. It's not like my first rodeo. But someday I would like to. Sorry, I saw a meme my sister said, and just like, mystery as female hammerhead sharks found gathering under the full moon. And then my sister's like, God forbid women have hobbies. Which reminds me, I need to be evil to Rue later. I love I can tell when I paneled something differently because it's so off kilter. God, so many of these panels have eclipse facing to the right side of the screen. Like, so many of them are facing that way, and I think that's so funny because my comfort zone is drawing them this way. So that tells you something.
God, I keep laughing because I just keep seeing the horribly pixelated, like, meons and stuff that I drew.
Hi, Mr. Top 10 List! How's it going tonight? How you doing? I hope your throat feels better. Chug some honey or something. Honey is great. Oh, you turned off, you son of a bitch. On. I desire warmth. Where's my switch? There you are. Come here, you son of a bitch. Come here. Come here. You better have battery. I command you to live. They are Nikki! Nikki Pokemon! Naked as a shrimp.
It's your general remedy, just apply a lot of the remedy at once. No such thing as too much. Just slather you in honey like the peanut butter baby.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Barkaby. Barkaby. Barkb. Hello, hello, Rick. Trying to get my Switch to open so I can find a reference for the backgrounds on this. Because I apparently did not save them to the folder that has all my other references. Yes, menus. I know. Load. Please. Where's my file that's over 100% complete? There you are, you shin reach.
If you do, let me know.
Uh-oh. Discord said nope.
Her eye is way too far over. Something I always do when I'm drawing eclipse for some reason is I will sometimes put her eye closest to the viewer, too close to her ear. I don't know why I do it, and it's funny because that's typically the eye I draw first, but for some reason I always put it in the wrong spot. Do subcon. Gotta go back a snoodle. See, I just don't mess with anything ever. You never realize how long things take to load until you're trying to load them, and it's like, please. Please. You know, the worst thing is Hat Dash has completely ruined me for playing other video games because I don't have the ability to do that dash command. And it always makes me so upset that I don't have that ability to just doot doot. Yes, Snatcher, I know about the fire spirits. Move, I just need to see the houses behind you, buddy. Buddy, pal, friend. I just need to see what the buildings behind look like. There we go. Now to try to draw this panel while also holding my Switch for reference. least the best thing about subcon though is the gates and stuff are not straight lines, so I don't have to think too much hard. And there's so much atmospheric fog. Let's see if we can get this screenshot. I always struggle with this one. Where is my menu button? Because I would like to have my camera badge. Oh, you can't get to it from this one. Fascinating. Weird. Okay. That's fine. I can still get the shot I need to. So, fun fact, I thought you could get to, the, area where it's what you fight Snatcher in the Toilet of Doom. I thought you could get to it from any of the subcon levels. But apparently you cannot actually get it if you go to the very base subcon level. Even if you've already beaten everything, you cannot get it from that first level, even if you already have your grappling hook. Which I think is fascinating. That sucks. Yeah, I think it's in because I know you can get to it from Vanessa's Manor. trying bird's eye views. What the fuck are my figures? Headphones, don't you dare get caught. I can definitely reach that from here. Come here. Yes! Yoink. Yoink it, spunkity. Okay, get pegged. Get on the peg! On there. Come on, shove that in. There we go. Cool. There we go. Now I can get that pose done. I just hate drawing that kind of view. It's so hard to proportion it correctly. Like, it's such a simple pose, but it's like trying to make sure that I get the proportions right is always so hard. But that's why I have little figures that help me pose things. Because it makes life easier. Yeah, you can get to it without the contract. It's just like, I know that I could get to Toilet of Doom from the levels in Subcon. I just thought that I could get to it from the get-go, but I was wrong. Ding dong, I was wrong. But that's fine. See, I know at least in Moon Guardian with Eclipse and stuff, the fact that she went to Vanessa's manor at all was not with her contract, but in fact, Hat Kid had the contract and asked for help. So Eclipse, being the mom that she is, went to go help. And it ended up with Eclipse going fucking feral on Vanessa after reading Vanessa's diary, and Hat Kid had to go grab Snatcher, and that is when you learn that Eclipse is a werewolf, and that Snatcher, well, you learn that, Prince and Snatcher are very much same duder, and he cries for the first time. Well, not the first time, he's cried before, but he interacts with Eclipse in human form. Unintentionally. It's the first time you realize that being heavily emotional changes how he looks. Cause he freaks out, cause he thinks that Vanessa's gonna kill Eclipse. And Eclipse gets coned. That's one of the things, is canonically Eclipse does in fact get coned. Because she gets so... She gets coned because she got injured and she wasn't healing. Come on, load. I need to see a shot again. Yes, game, I know the cinematics. I can't tell you how many times I have played through this game. Me not being able... I took like 3 or so hours to get a bunch of screenshots specifically of this game and the areas I needed as reference for the comic. And I somehow have misplaced all of those specific screenshots that I took specifically so that I could reference it. Huh, you can't get it from Vanessa's Manor either. Weird. I guess I do have to actually go to the Toilet of Doom one. I just hate loading that level in because... No, it's because I want to get specific angles. I'm just pulling it up on my Switch so I can just kind of angle it how I need to. Thank you, though. Like I said, I took a bunch of screenshots and I had most of them. I thought I had put most of them onto my iPad for reference for when I was drawing and stuff. But apparently, like, some of the screenshots, the ones that I have are mostly the swamp screenshots that I took. But I'm looking specifically for the Toilet of Doom ones and stuff. Because I was looking for, like, the swingings and stuff. Like, you can see specifically I needed, like, this angle and this angle. Like, I had to just move my cameras down so that I can make sure I get the... I want to keep consistency. Because the thing... the thing with this comic is 80% of... like, no, 90% of the time, I am not drawing it actually from the game. I will just bullshit how Subcon looks. But there are specific areas that are game specific, so I want to make sure that when I'm drawing the game specific areas, like, say Snatcher's little, well, it's not Snatcher's, quote unquote, hypothetically, the little, like, place with the floating ghost table and the prince's crown on the fireplace. Like, say when I have to draw that area, I want to make sure I draw it correctly, or if I'm drawing, like, the village, I want to make sure that I'm drawing the village correctly, or if I'm drawing, like, something in Mafia Town's a little harder to kind of squeeze around. But with Subcon, it's like, I want to make sure I'm drawing the things that I need to draw correctly. So it's just one of those things that I'm trying to get it to... Okay, where's the... Oh, you're lame, camera. You won't let me rotate that. You're such a pain in the butt. Oh, you're rude. Oh, so rude. Hi, Dream! Oh, there we go. Let me orbit. Oh, you don't like that, do you? Oh no, I've like broken the camera. Ah, come on. Back. I'm like trying to get a picture of Hat Kid on one of the swings. I am so glad the camera badge exists, though. So good. Woo! Free from ad hell! Hey, look, we're finally to the pages that have Snatcher on them. God. Let's see. So, 44 is sketched, 45 is sketched, 46, 47, 48. Just finished 49. This is 50. 51. I finished 52 last night. 54. 55 is sketched. 56, 57, 58. 59. 59. 60. Those two need to be paneled and typeset. Maybe about a third done getting the chapter sketched, cleaned up. I do know at least I have 3 pages flatted out of this chapter. 41, 42, and 43 are all flatted. So those ones have been lined, flatted, typeset, all that jazz. So I'll have to shade those ones before they post. But I think what I'm gonna try to do. I think what I want to do is I'm going to try to finish sketching at least probably up to 55, I think. I want to try to at least finish sketching up to 55 tonight, at least on stream. I'll probably go to bed and, like, I say go to bed, but I'm going to lay in bed and probably sketch some more. There is a miscolor on that page that I just noticed. Part of her jacket is colored incorrectly on that bottom panel there. It's colored correctly on these pages. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get up to 55 sketched tonight. And I think not tomorrow, but like my plan of attack for posting and stuff like that is I want to get up to I'll finish lining 44, 45, and 46. I might line those ones after stream. Not gonna line them on stream just because I prefer to do line art sometimes on my iPad. It's an easier control for me. That's the page. I closed the page that I needed to fix the color error on. But I think what I'm going to try to do is get up to page 45 or 40. I'm going to get up to 46 fully done before I start posting this chapter. That way it gives me at least almost a week's backlog. Like 7 posts worth of backlog. That's what I mean. Because like a page a week kind of thing. So if I do that, I should be able to start getting these out weekly, hopefully. Definitely gonna start posting these again. Soon. That's the hope. That is my hope. Sorry, I'm just like rambling because I'm trying to think at the same time. say? I wanted to get up to 55 sketch. I know 55 is done, so I just need open 52, 53. No, I think I finished 52 as well, so 52 is done, so I just need open 53 and 54 and get those sketched as well. So I have 4 more pages. I want to finish cleaning the sketches up tonight. Yeah. We have a great snatcher face down here. And I think these ones, yeah, I can see that these ones need to be repaneled as well. Alright. I can do it! And then when I finish with stream and I finish these pages, I get to have a caramel apple. I bought a caramel apple. This is also a great snatcher, in my opinion. I'm very happy with this specific snatcher. I think he looks very derpy. Go and get the frames done on all of these. Alright, that one isn't actually done, so that's fine. I can tell which of these pages I put more attention into when I was getting them ready than I did on others. Some of these have just been barely typeset and then no other things were done to them. When I used to do my comics all completely with traditional inking and everything, I had this ruler I got from standardized testing God knows how many years back, and it was my favorite. Everything inky. I am the worst with food reviews though, because I'm so picky. Yeah, oh, that's no good. This is the page that has the original hair boner, as Spud likes to call it, in which Snatcher learn Eclipse has boobs. God, the sketches are so bad because I know I had no pen pressure, so I was having trouble picking up any of my strokes. You can just see it. Snatch. That's not necessarily he has regrets, he has questions. To be honest, this is one of the things I had planned from the get-go with this comment. Though originally, the way that he was gonna learn this was not because she had ripped her clothes. Originally he was supposed to learn because he pushed her into the water, and then she took her jacket and stuff off in front of him after he pushed her into the water, and then it was just like a what the fuck. But I was like, oh no, this would be funnier if he has to fix her clothes, and it's a way for them to bond together a little easier and stuff, because it shows he's not a complete asshole. So I ended up changing it for story reasons, but yeah. Originally he was supposed to push her into the water, and then she was gonna get angry at him because she doesn't like being wet. But this one action makes Snatcher 12 times fluffier. Get over here. Snatcher is baby girl. Where's my reference for shoes? Where are you? God, don't tell me I took them off when you're done. Motherfucker. I really gotta fix all my references. I have like none of my references where they're supposed to be.
striking divine.
I just love Mion down here, just like, hello, look, it's the bus.
Why is it facing that way?
Alright, Pass Bun, you're on crack. On every other page that shows the rip in her shirt, it's facing this way. I don't know why this panel has it like that, because every other panel that has her shirt ripped, it's facing the other direction. Aww. Everything just wants your attention, so it has to lag. No! I got one more page that I'm going to work on before I end stream for the night. I want to finish fixing up the sketch on this page, and then I'm probably going to end so that I can go have my caramel apple. This horribly distorted snatcher is killing me. I don't know why, but I love this little chibi Eclipse down here just handing her vest to him. I don't know why this tiny little Eclipse makes me so happy to see. Like, she's just so cute. Pretty much. Well, he didn't expect the fact that her vest is attached to her shirt, nor the fact that her vest is compression. Because her vest is. Her vest is very thick. Which is why it didn't cut through to her, it didn't cut through her undershirt, which is her bra of a sort. It's because her vest is thick. It's like a leather vest of sorts. But just look at that little baby. Look at that little baby. She got no idea. Got no idea that's her husband. He has no idea that's his wife. They got no clue. I think the funniest bit is the chapter that comes after this. She literally kills a rabbit in front of him, too. Like, this woman is full of surprises, and Snatcher is subject to all of them. I think I did a decent clip tonight. Have you tried washing your eye out with water? Let's see, how many pages did I get fully sketched tonight? You know, once CSP stops being a bug. That one I sketched last night. Also last night. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one last night. 7, 8. So I got about 8 pages sketched out, so that's not bad. And then once I get them lined, Yeah, I think I made good progress tonight. Oof, that sucks. Yeah, I think that's good progress to end the night on. Go have my caramel apple. Except I say end the night on as if I'm done drawing for the night, but no, I'm done streaming for the night. Going for about 3 hours, but I'm tired and I have to go do laundry as well. So what I'm gonna do is I will take my iPad and my drawing glove and I will go draw downstairs in the living room because that way I can hear my washer. Cause I can't hear the washer when I'm upstairs, and then I always forget to go deal with my laundry. I have to go wash my brother's bedding because my brother's coming up this weekend, so I want to wash his bedding before he comes up. I gotta wash my work clothes so that I have clean work clothes for the rest of the weekend. And like I said, I can't hear the dryer and washer when I'm in my room because my room's on the second floor. Washer is in the basement. And if I don't hear it, I don't go check it. Even if I set alarms and stuff, I will forget to go check it. So I have to go sit in my living room, which will make my cat very happy because he loves when I hang out downstairs. So I'm just gonna take probably I'll go watch YouTube on my PS4 and work from my iPad. But thank you guys so much for coming on by for stream tonight. Hopefully I will stream again next week. I do not know. I never know. I always say I'm gonna stream again in a specific time and then I never do. But thank you guys so much for joining me while I worked on these comic pages, and I'll catch y'all next time. Have a good night!